Great morning, holy brothers and sisters. Today is Sunday, March 4th, which is the 17th of Adar, and we are learning Kitzur Likutei Moharan, the abridged Likutei Moharan version. And today's lesson is going to be called the Imaginative Evil Eye. Here we go. A person must also guard his eye from the influence of the power of imagination. Even someone who has a good eye still needs to guard himself from this. Just as we observe empirically that even a person who has an excellent vision can still be mistaken about what he sees from afar, so that what he imagines is the opposite of the truth, so it is with the mind's eye in a number of different respects. For example, sometimes a person imagines that another person is straying from the truth, or that he's acting improperly towards him. Because of this, the person harbors resentment against the other person, and conflict may thereby flare up. And, many times we think other people are doing something wrong, or, oh, why'd that person do that to me? We imagine so many different crazy ways of why we should hate a person, but we should just let that go and try to think of the best for every person, no matter what we're doing, all the time. As our sages of blessed memory taught, Korach was intelligent. What led him to such foolishness in setting a rebellion against Moses? His eye deceived him, as Rashi says in Numbers 16:7. Similarly, Jeroboam ben Nebat and many other great individuals stumbled in the same error. The person then imagines that he is opposing or antagonizing the other person for the sake of heaven, when in fact, it all stems from an error generated by the power of his imagination, which is causing him to entertain false and unfounded beliefs about the other person. Similarly, there are many different ways in which the mind's eye strays from the truth due to errors caused by the power of imagination. Since the imagination can even delude a person who has a good eye, therefore a person must exercise an extra measure of caution and guard himself with the utmost vigilance against errors induced by his imagination. A person is protected against the power of imagination when he guards himself vigilantly from both speaking and believing slander about another person. For speaking and believing slander strengthens the power of the imagination, and it mars the memory, which is dependent on the rectification of the eyes. The power of the imagination is an animal faculty, since animals too possess this capacity, and when the imagination is strong in a person, his understanding and awareness leave him. Then he falls from his love of God into bestial loves, which are all the physical cravings generated by the power of the imagination. This faculty is generated and is greatly strengthened by speaking and believing slander. Through an evil eye, and similarly through speaking and believing slander, a person does not leave a son after him. The power of imagination seeks to dwell, in particular, with those scholars who render decisions in Torah law, for the reason explained earlier in Likutei Moharan. Therefore, when these scholars develop original Torah insights, they are usually pleasant and appealing ideas, since using the power of the imagination, they draw parallels, make analogies, and so forth. But these original Torah insights are damaging to earning a livelihood. The reason is that just as true, original Torah insights are responsible for bringing all influx of bounty and blessing into the world, so too the insubstantial Torah insights emanating from the power of the imagination bring famine into the world, God forbid. Last note, depression, which is a downcast evil spirit, strengthens and intensifies the power of the imagination, and as a result, a person is overwhelmed by forgetfulness. Therefore, it is necessary to be happy, since this is the main way to subdue the power of the imagination, and in this way, a person merits to remember the world to come. Have a super awesome, audacious day, a fantastic week, and a wonderfully happy rest of Adar. All the best, guys and girls. God willing, we'll speak again tomorrow. And as usual, if you have any questions, leave a note, private message. All the best. Out.